Hi, hello. This is RX Cairo, and once again, I'm pleased to welcome you to my channel. Remember, in this channel, we sharpen minds and shape destinies. And today, I believe our good God has kept you well, safe, and sound. Once again, welcome. Today, I want us to talk about bad experiences. Bad experiences. And somebody might ask, why bad experiences? Because they are inevitable in this life. Before we proceed, if you have not subscribed to this channel, press that subscription button, press the bell button, invite your friends to subscribe, and let us share in these great learnings. This year of our Lord 2022 is year of great learnings and year of acquiring new skills and making tremendous growths in our lives. Bad experiences. A few minutes before leaving the office and after a very successful day, Anne receives a phone call from her husband, from her loving husband. Unfortunately, this time loud, the chorus voice was unfamiliar and quite hasty. And the chorus goes something like, "Hello, the owner of this phone was in an accident and he's in the hospital. Come quickly." Anne's heart was crushed. And she was driven into the hospital by her colleagues. And on arriving and after confirming the news, they were ushered into a room to wait for the attending doctor. And after a few minutes of waiting, of which looked like eternity to Anne, the attending doctor walked in and after some brief introductions, explained how serious Anne's husband's injuries were. They led to internal bleeding, cardiac arrest, and multiple organ failure. And he finally said, "We tried our best, but we could not save him." Anne's heart went down. It was the worst day of her life. Things followed up and the husband was laid to rest in like 1 week's time. But the days that followed, Anne had a lot of concerns and a lot of questions, especially to God. Why was her husband snatched away on the eve of their 5th wedding anniversary? How will she bring up their 2 young children? Why her? And yet she was a good Christian, a Christian who would never miss church and was very faithful in tithing and offerings, who always assisted the needy, especially the widows, the orphans, and the elderly, just like Bible teaches. There is no befitting explanation to Anne's genuine concern. But in the process of mourning, Anne also came to realize that time was still moving. And she had a decision to make, either to mourn forever or to correct herself, reorganize her life, and move on, especially courtesy of their 2 young children who now fully depended on her. As we speak, it is 5 years since that tragic accident, and Anne has corrected herself. She has reorganized her life. In fact, she has expanded the businesses her husband was running, and she's even constructing a family home in a plot that they had purchased jointly with her husband. There are some facts about life. As unfair and as unreasonable as it may sound, life moves on after tragedies. Time has no emotions. Whether you are celebrating or mourning, whether you are laughing or crying, whether you are happy or sad, the sun will rise and the sun will set in the evening. It will not stop to wait for you. Facts about bad experiences, nobody likes them. Nobody likes bad experience. In fact, if it was a choice, no one would choose to be in the middle of a storm. It's not what we want. But the reality also is, at some point in life, bad experience or a difficult situation will come knocking. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter where you come from. It does not matter what you do. It does not matter your skin color. It does not matter the language you speak. It does not matter your financial status. But one day, bad experience will knock on your door. And because we cannot control what happens or what bad or good will come into our lives, we can choose to have a positive life stance. And quoting a lady by the name Virginia Satir, this is what she said. Life is not what it's supposed to be. Life is the way it is. Life is what it is. Life is not what it's supposed to be, it's what it is. How you cope makes all the difference. We can adopt a positive life stance to cope with difficult situations, and there is a stance I like, which was developed by John Maxwell, which goes like this. Life is filled with good and bad. Some of the good and the bad I cannot control. That is life. Some of the good and the bad, which I cannot control, will find me. That is life. If I adopt positive life stance, the good and the bad will become better. If I adopt negative life stance, the good and the bad will become worse. I therefore choose a positive life stance. While a positive life stance will help you cope with the situation, creativity will get you out of the situation. There is a way out in every situation, but it requires soberness and creativity to see it. In short, I'm saying there is a possibility in every situation that seems impossible. So now, instead of letting the difficult and bad situation crush you and cow you and place you in solitude, you would rather focus and spend your energy and time trying to creatively get yourself out of the situation. You're already in a bad situation in the first place, so the worst that can happen is getting yourself out of the bad situation to a better situation. So don't just sit there. Try to creatively get yourself out of the situation. Now, here is another interesting thing. As you are creatively trying to get yourself out of the situation, you are also learning. You are learning so many new problem-solving skills, new solutions, new ways that would work, which maybe you did not know before you were in this situation. So it is only good if you learn as much as possible in your situation. Because this is the fact. Whether you like it or not, the bad experiences are not your choice. They will find you. They are like part of life. But whether you learn anything from them, that is where you have the choice. So whether you choose to learn or not, the fact remains there is something to learn out of every situation. And out of these learnings, you will discover so many things that work, so many things that don't work. But I think after the learning, it's only prudent and fair to yourself if you implement the strategic thoughts to create a solution that will benefit you, to create a solution that will make sure you have a better results. You have better results next time. And this is the fact. You cannot change something or you cannot learn something until you experience it firsthand. It's only when you stand in scorching hot sun that you realize maybe you need an umbrella or maybe you need to plant a tree for a shade. And a simple example is this. If you have ever left your jacket at home and then there was a sudden weather change, it became cold, and you froze seriously and you even caught cold and flu, it becomes in your subconscious mind. Something is created that reminds you every time when you are walking out of your house to bring along your jacket or something to wrap around to keep you warm, just in case there is a sudden weather change. And why does this happen? Because the lesson that you learned is you don't have control of the weather patterns, but you can control how sudden change of weather will treat you. You can control how the sudden change of weather will treat you. So my friend, my brother, my sister, when you are in a situation, weigh your options and follow the best course of action. Take the best course of action, not the easiest one, because the easiest one might not get you out. And remember, end of the road is not end of the journey, unless you decide it is the end of the journey. There is always an alternative road. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for keeping us company. We value you. We love you. We want to say, may our good God bless you. May our good God keep you. Again, I want to urge you, if you have not subscribed, press the subscription button, press the bell button, and invite your friends to like and to subscribe to this channel. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God protect you. From this desk, I say goodbye.